Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight we're going to talk about Chivalry 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance because I kind of have an urge to want to go back to that. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with tonight's topic. So, Chivalry 2, freaking amazing game. I am loving it. I love playing it. And we now know that the developer is going to double the size of this game for free for everyone that has bought the game. Okay, so pretty soon we're getting another map, another pretty big map. They are bringing horses to this freaking game, dude. This is going to be amazing. Oh my, this is like the ultimate medieval fantasy for me. And like, if you know me, man, I'm like really into like medieval stuff and like Roman culture and Greece and ancient Greece and everything like that. I love. I literally fall to sleep every single night listening to like books, like college books that that talk about like the ancient times. Like I'm just so infatuated with ancient civilization and mostly like Greek and when it comes to like medieval and stuff like that. Like I'm really into that. So the fact that we get horses in Chivalry 2 is freaking amazing. Like I am just like hoping that they bring a mode for jousting. That would be pretty freaking cool, man. That would be obvious. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And when they said they were bringing horses to this game, that was my first thought. That's right where it went. I want to do jousting. I don't know how the mechanics of that would work, but I mean, you could probably find a way to like point toward the other guy like while you're riding and stuff. Yeah. So with Chivalry 2, okay, I'm loving this game. Like I'm having a blast. I love getting in there. I love playing it. I'm definitely getting a lot better with the combat and stuff. It's definitely I mean I still get overwhelmed with a lot of people. Like 5 or 6 people on me at one time, and like that kind of feels cheap, but unless you got like a squad of friends or you're all communicating, like I don't see any other way around that. It's just it's basically like a free for all, every time you get in there and start playing this. But I like that. I do like it. I like it a lot more than I ever liked For Honor. Like I liked For Honor, but I don't like For Honor as much as I like Chivalry 2. Chivalry 2 is freaking amazing. I love this game. So why did I talk about Warhorse Studios Kingdom Come Deliverance? Well, because when I bought Kingdom Come Deliverance the day it came out. That too is an amazing game. Like I was so into that playing it, but sadly my journey as Henry ended at I was about a little over 20 hours into it, and I got in this vicious cycle of where I would get killed. Like there's a guy, I don't remember, it's been so long since I played this now, but there's a guy that takes a sword from you in the beginning of the game, and it was the last sword your dad ever made before your dad was a blacksmith, and it was the last sword he made before him and your mom were murdered. Okay. So the guy beats me up, takes my sword, and then later on in the story I run into him again. Well, he's in this camp full of other guys, and by the time I get to him up in this attic in this house or whatever, like he hits me one time and I'm dead, and it saved it right at that point. So I was in an endless death loop of because when I was playing this game, I'm not gonna lie, like I did not go into it playing it for the combat. I was mainly for the story. I was doing all the story stuff, trying to learn how to read, trying to do all the I was more intrigued with like having conversations with people that I would meet than I was actually like practicing combat. I think I had the fight with him when he took my sword, and then another fight with a priest, and that was about it. And then I got killed a couple times alongside the road and stuff like that because it's the first person sword fighting is really hard for me. So now that I've been playing Chivalry 2 though, and I'm getting used to like that combat and fighting like that, I am gonna go back because a little while back I started my little endless death loop over, and now I'm just barely to the part where I'm trying to run out of my town, out of my hometown or whatever with Henry. So like I'm amazed. Like I love this Chivalry 2, dude. This game is so freaking good. It's actually made it so I want to go back and finish Kingdom Come Deliverance, and this time I'm going to pay a lot more attention to the combat, because by the time I got to this guy and I'm trying to fight him, like I didn't know what the freak to do. I didn't know how, because I never did the freaking combat training. You know, my dad kept telling me, no, I don't want you to be a fighter, blah blah blah. You know, and I was trying to be a good kid and listen to the dad. You know, he told me not to fight, and like, so I was helpless. You know, so yeah, I don't know. And I was just trying to play this game as my medieval fantasy, you know, like just going around and doing stuff like that, because I love that, you know, and I was fine with where my story ended, with Henry, but now it, like playing Chivalry 2 makes me want to go back, and so basically I got Kingdom Come Deliverance, you know, my story content, and now I've got Chivalry 2 as my multiplayer combat for that game. I mean, I know they're not the same game. Like I get that. I'm but like I normally don't buy multiplayer only games, but now I have something to go back and forth to and play. You know, I can play Kingdom Come Deliverance, and then I can play Chivalry 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Chivalry 2, and oh my gosh, like it's perfect. It's just gonna work out for me, and it's gonna make it so that I'm more likely to go back and play Kingdom Come Deliverance, because both of these games are freaking amazing. Both of the teams, Warhorse Studios and Torn Banner, that made these games, these guys are freaking awesome, okay? I rarely, like I didn't play the first Chivalry, and now I feel like really, really bad for not doing that, because like this game is amazing, and I think about it all the time now. I just want to keep playing it and get on there and, you know, and experience this, you know, world. And now that I have, you know, Chivalry 2, it's making it so I want to go back and continue to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, because I know there's so much more to that game. Just the time that I'd spent with it, my 20 plus hours just running around doing what I was doing, like I was thoroughly enjoying that game. But then when I got to that part, and like it was driving me insane, because it was like I couldn't get out of there. I couldn't escape that thing. I couldn't find a way to heal myself. I didn't pay attention to any of that, because I hadn't been in any combat really since the fighting, the throwing punches in the beginning of the game and fighting with that guy. So I thought that I don't know what I thought. I thought that maybe, you know, hey, yeah, I've got plenty of time to learn how to do this combat. I'm just having so much more fun with this that that, you know, I mean, I'll get around to it eventually, but getting stumped in that part, and then, you know, after all the time and stuff I had invested in it, and my only way out was literally to start a new game, I ended up eventually just starting a new game, but yeah, that kind of took the whole, it kind of killed that whole wanting to redo all that again, you know, and plus there were so many other games coming out along the way. So I think is what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start playing through that game again, like right now here pretty soon, and rebuild my character and stuff. This time I'm going to pay a lot more attention, you know, during the beginning of it in my combat and stuff. I did play it like a couple weeks ago, you know, because I got all the way back to the part where now I'm, you know, trying to escape the town after the guys have broken in again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just redo the story, and, you know, maybe just take my time with it, you know, play it, you know, a couple hours, maybe a few hours a week or something, you know, try to get back into that and redoing that. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video today to really talk about why I am so happy that Chivalry 2 has given me that desire to replay a game that I'd basically hit my backlog, and was probably less likely to get a second playthrough or for me to continue playing it anytime soon. But now this new game that I got, not only is it going to give me the enjoyment that I want from that game through the multiplayer, it's also re-sparked that feeling for me to want to continue to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, and they're gonna double the size of this freaking game, man, and bring horses to it. These are the kind of developers that I like, that I care about, and that I want to support, and that I want to give money to. Yeah, if they add more if they add more armor and stuff to this that I like, if I like the armor, no questions asked, I'm gonna buy it from them. No problem. I do not have a problem supporting developers that go out of their way to enhance and make an experience better for me. Yeah, dude, if they kept supporting this game, I would keep giving them money. If they wanted to charge me for these add-ons, I mean, yeah, like no problem. I'd probably pay for them, but the fact that they're giving them to us for free, that's amazing. That speaks a lot. And like everything about the way these guys are doing this game has just really reinforced that like, hey man, like these guys are passionate about what they're doing, and that's something that I want to experience. That's something that I want to continue to be a part of, and I want to play. And, you know, so many developers now are just chasing that safe pattern, that safe gameplay, that safe... And when these guys come out and they make a game that looks AA, like visually, like this game looks pretty freaking good, man. For what it is, it looks good. I am really happy with the amount of detail that they put into these and everything. Like, I'm pretty happy with this game. Like, I am. Like, I definitely think that... I mean, I gave it a 90 in my review. And now that they are, like, giving us all this extra content and doubling the size of this game, like, I'm way more happy. Like, I mean, I told you, like, in my review that I would have gave this game a 10 if it would have had a single-player story. Well, you know what? I have Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's my single-player story. I'm happy with Chivalry 2. These guys deserve a solid 9.5, you know. Depending on the content and stuff, like, that could go up, but yeah, dude, these guys are amazing. I like this game. I like the combat. It feels pretty good. I guess there's some bugs and stuff on like PC and, you know, console and stuff, but in my play time with this game, like I haven't ran into anything major. No major bugs. No crazy stuff. I'm playing on Xbox Series X. Yeah, I haven't ran into anything like that, but I haven't played for like 10 freaking hours straight, you know, on a day. I've played it for like, you know, an hour here, a couple hours there, you know, 30, 40 minutes, you know, here and there. Like, not like enough play time for me to be like, okay, yeah, like I've had my fill for the day, like I'm good. Like I don't need to sit and play it all day long and max out everything like right then and there. Like I love this game. I love the way it goes. Every time I've like quit playing for a day or two and then I jump back on, like I don't feel like that divide is getting so big that like these guys are like outclassing me and everything. Like no, I still feel powerful like when I'm fighting, man. I still feel good. Whereas on For Honor, that divide started going pretty quick because there's some people that get on these games and they play them all day long. Whereas I got a real job, man. I got a family. I can't sit and play, you know, like I used to when I was a kid. You know, I basically get the weekends to really do my gaming and stuff. And, you know, on the weeknights, whatever, like I really appreciate the fact that these guys are going out of their way to enhance this experience even more after the fact. Because they didn't have to do this. They sold a solid $40 product. I was happy with that price. So for them to double the size of this game with more content, wow. Like wow, man. That's amazing. I already felt good about my purchase. I already felt more than confident that like, hey man, that was a good purchase, dude. That was a good buy for me. Like this is one of those games that like, yeah, I love it and I'm going to continue to play it. This game is going to get years of play out of me. At least until they make the third game. So I'm going to be going back to this because I still go back to For Honor every now and then. So, I mean, being able to play a game like that long term for me is freaking amazing. So, yeah, if you haven't picked up Chivalry 2, get on it. If you're into medieval stuff and like living that fantasy life of medieval and, you know, knights and stuff like that, definitely this is a game for you. You can switch from third person to first person, so you have zero reason not to play this game because there is something for everybody. You can play whatever camera you want, and you know what, both of them work just fine. Both of them are great. This game's running at a solid 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X, So if you like medieval and you like freaking sword play and stuff like that, this is the game for you. It definitely is. It is good, and yeah, I highly recommend this game. I believe it's one of those games that is definitely going to get way more playthrough out of me than a lot of the other games I buy. I guarantee Chivalry 2 is going to get more playthrough than Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I will probably get back on Rift Apart and try to find some more of the secrets and stuff. Maybe go through the levels that had routes for Ratchet that I was playing as Rivet. And then after that, I'm basically done with it. I probably will max out on that game probably around 70% complete with all the stuff. I'm not going to trophy hunt it, so that's not going to happen. But yeah, I definitely recommend Chivalry 2 over Ratchet and Clank. That really sucks, but I mean, Ratchet and Clank, you know, gosh, Ratchet and Clank is going to be such an amazing game when it's like $50 or free on PS Plus. But if you are like me and you want to see the best your PlayStation 5 can do, definitely buy Ratchet and Clank. It is definitely a beautiful game. It's worth the. It does everything that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to show off the power of the PlayStation 5. It's supposed to give you a solid story. It nails every bit of that. The story is solid. The gameplay is freaking amazing. It's fun. The overall design of the game and, you know, using the SSD and stuff, completely point on. It rocks. It does it fastly. There's nothing really bad to say about Ratchet and Clank. I mean, it gives you it's a Ratchet and Clank game, like story wise, length wise, everything. It is Ratchet and Clank. If you're a Ratchet and Clank fan and you love that, boom, it's going to give you everything that you wanted from Ratchet and Clank, and it's going to show off the power of your new PlayStation 5. So that's all I got to say about that. Definitely pick up Chivalry 2, amazing game. And if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.